Not your heartbeat troubled. Our great American panel. Next.
It takes two to make love, baby. I'm sure that I'm one, you're one. You do the math.
And tonight, our contributor Doug Schoen is back with us. He is a best-selling novelist. His brand new book out today, The Rembrandt Affair, hits stores everywhere today. Daniel Silva is back with us, and she is a former reporter, host on Fox Sports, currently the host of Mark Levin's favorite program, NBC's Poker After Dark, model, TV personality, LeeAnn Tweeden, and also bride. Congratulations. You just got married.
Thank you. I did, July 4th.
Very good. I think we got some pictures. There's some.
Oh, yes. Pictures?
Maybe we don't have the pictures. But there we are.
Oh, there we go.
And by the way, he is a pilot.
He's an Air Force pilot.
An Air Force pilot. And a JetBlue pilot. Look at the horses.
Yeah, thunder and lightning.
And you got married on July 4th?
July 4th at a ranch in Northern Virginia where I'm from, yeah. It was a pretty incredible day.
It is sick how great two of you look. I just want you to know.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I'm a very lucky woman. Thank you.
We're very proud of both of you and happy for both of you. All right, what do we make of this woman and the Obama administration?
Here's the essence of it, Sean. During the Reverend Wright controversy, what we were told was don't judge Reverend Wright by sound bites. Well, obviously, there was plenty of evidence to indict Reverend Wright. But we were told over and over, don't indict him. Now, Shirley Sherrod has been fired with the assent of the White House, knowledge of the president, by the Secretary of Agriculture, from a tape that has been heavily edited. We now have more evidence that suggests that Shirley Sherrod did the right thing. The Spooners, who are the white couple in question, have said they're best friends and that she saved their farm. And we need reconsideration.
All right, Daniel, let me ask you.
Double standard.
All right, let me ask you. I think on the Reverend Wright point, that's a very unique perspective. I had not thought of that. What about, though, all right, so they're best friends, as Doug points out. We didn't see the end of the tape, but she still admits that she was discriminating against this white farmer. She still admits in this that she was torn how much he should help one of his own kind. She refers him to, quote, a white lawyer. We heard the audience reaction.
She was trying to tell a story of racial reconciliation, and I think that some mistakes were made in the way this tape was interpreted over the last 24 hours. I think that she was wronged terribly by the Secretary of Agriculture.
So in other words, in your mind, it doesn't matter that she was describing at one point racism in her heart?
I think that what she was doing, and I've just seen what I've seen on your air this evening, which she was telling a story of the journey, the personal journey that she made. Yes, she was describing racism in her heart, but it was an incident that happened 24 years ago.
Does 24 years ago the incident still make it right? I don't think it was right at all.
I'm not saying that it makes it right, but I think that what happened in the last 24 hours was misinterpreted.
She didn't even work for the government when
I'm getting blamed, and Fox News is getting blamed. But it's the White House that made the decision before we ever aired the tape.
And one of the problems, I think, for the White House on this is that there is a perception that they're not terribly good managers. And I think their handling of this thing only reinforces that. You have someone that was an employee of the government that was fired like this by the Secretary of Agriculture.
I think what she said was racist, and she obviously said what she said. You can't take that back. I don't think there's any denying that she said she withheld all that she could do for this white farmer. Gave him to one of his own kind. Of course that's racist. What if it was a white guy that worked for the USDA and said that to black farmer? An uproar. There's a definite double standard.
I have a different perspective. We do better in this country if we just would lower our tone, forget the racial stereotyping and characterizing. Do what Pat Moynihan said in the 70s.
But on the heels of the NAACP's comment party movement, it kind of makes it relevant considering...
No, Sean, both sides should cut it out. If it's wrong on one side, it's wrong on the other. If we're people of goodwill, we should talk about substance and real problems rather than playing racial politics of the worst sort.
We got to take a break here. It's a tradition when LeeAnn's on the program. I don't throw the football. She throws the football.
I'll show you how it's done, Sean, right?
Wow. Ouch. Ouch.
But at least I didn't take out a light.
You didn't take out And we continue now with our Great American Panel. All right, we're continuing this discussion about Shirley Sherrod and the NAACP. A lot of this got started because of their attack last week against the Tea Party movement as inherently racist. So this videotape surfaces because these comments were made at an NAACP event. Why do you think we see, like in 2000, the James Byrd ad or the NAACP attack in the Tea Party? I have my theory. I want to know yours.
You know, I think it's an easy card to throw out. It's an easy thing to just go, oh, you're racist, like the senator said. Oh, well, it's easier to talk about race than joblessness because people, Fox or not just CNN and everybody else, but everyone wants to talk about race because everybody is so passionate about the issue. And when, you know, like you said, we just elected our first black president, and yet everyone is still talking about race.
See,
it's like race is worse now than it's ever been.
I think the worst thing you can call somebody is a racist, especially unfairly. And then now you got to defend yourself, Doug. And look,
it's absolutely true. My point, Sean, is that to demonize the Tea Party is wrong. To demonize Shirley Sherrod without all the facts is wrong. As a people, we have common enemies.
Are you concerned about Sherrod's comments, though? Even though she's talking about at the end redemption,
Here's
even though she gets along
say.
and she's friends with the white farmer.
If we could do a full assessment with the passage of time and lowering of our voices of what Sherrod said and didn't say, fine. But Sean, we're
But
divided.
look how the media
we're polarized.
treated George Allen over the macaca comment. It never stopped.
Yeah, I know, and it should stop.
And Trent
Sean.
Lott is another example.
Sean, it should stop because we have common enemies. You and I both know Al-Qaeda, the terrorists around the world. We should be pulling together as a nation to take on our common foes rather than tearing ourselves apart.
To what extent,
I think you agree with that.
To what extent do you think this is about, okay, the allies of the Democratic Party? We've seen the race card played back to in 1998. You elect Republicans, black churches are going to burn. The president this week goes to the class warfare card, saying Republicans are the party of, quote, the rich. To what extent is this they can't run on their record?
That Mary Frances Berry quote was interesting and a little shocking.
That this is orchestrated.
That this is orchestrated for political purposes. And Doug and I were talking in the green room about the famous Republican wedge issues going back to 1968 and the silent majority, and how the Republicans have always been accused of using race as a wedge issue to divide the electorate into two neat voting blocks so they can pick off their side of it. And it does seem, whether there is a man behind the Democratic, to be using race right now to excite certain parts of their constituents.
They got to generate
before the midterm election.
All right, so the midterm elections are coming. All the polls show that conservatives are energized. They can't wait to get to the polls. Democrats.
And remember that midterms, the electorate in a midterm is, as you know,
Yes,
older and
that's
whiter.
true. That is true.
And so they know that they start, that they are giving the other side a head start automatically in a midterm election. So they need to do things to get at least even at the starting line.
Well, it's sad they got to talk about race when they could talk about joblessness, what the stimulus bill hasn't done. I mean, all the other problems that we have in our economy, but they just want to bring up race and then just mash that all up.
Yeah, but wait, but
Let's
that's
talk
the
about
last
the
thing
problems
they
we're
don't
having.
want to talk about.
Of course not. That's what I'm saying.
Sean,
Divert,
there is
divert,
a great
divert.
opportunity our president has missed that Shirley Sherrod alluded to, which is the common interest as problems like joblessness, poverty, as a people, as one nation, not as blacks and whites saying you started it, you did it, and playing the race card. If we did that, we'd be a lot better off.
Let's go to Lindsay Lohan.
Oh, Sean.
Well, I'm just asking. She's
I
going.
left Hollywood for a couple days for that.
She's going to jail. I mean,
God. She can't spray tan, no more hair extensions, no tweeting. What is the girl
What
going
does
to
it
do?
say about race in America
Wow.
that Lindsay Lohan
well,
is
I
going
mean,
to...
I kind of like this judge for one reason. The judge may save this girl's life.
I agree. And you know, the sad thing is that even to this day, it does not seem like she gets it. Lindsay Lohan.
I agree with you.
It doesn't seem like she thought she was going to go to jail.
Fingernail,
She doesn't. Well, the finger. I mean, really?
Come on.
We knew the cameras were going to zoom in, but the fact that she doesn't respect the court, she doesn't show up for court dates. I lost my passport, please. She shows up late, even this last court appearance.
And you know, the good part of this is law like everybody else.
Exactly.
She's going right to rehab after her sentence. That's good news.
It may save her life.
Absolutely.
I hope
Hope
so.
If she's mixing alcohol and illegal drugs with prescription drugs, this girl needs
Her
some
father
help.
says she's on drug. Well, we went through the list that have been published, which is pretty extensive. I mean, painkillers and it's the equivalent of amphetamines, Adderall, I think is what you call it. I don't even know.
Right.
I don't even know these things. And
a lot of those girls take Adderall for weight loss too. But I mean, they
Yeah.
take it for a lot of different reasons.
Well, then maybe that's why. Are you suggesting I need Adderall?
I did not say that at all, Sean.
All right, I'm just asking. Congrats on
Let's
the
hope
wedding.
she gets help. Thank you.
And good to see you guys. Thanks for being with us.
you.
Good luck with the book.
Thank you so much.
Martha's in for Greta. We'll see you tomorrow night.